Welcome back to the GT Road Radio. I'm your host, Gurman Gang. I'm here with my co-host,
TJ Mahal.
And Manveer Singh Gang.
I guess we back, boys.
We are so back. I'm so sorry for the delay. We've all been busy with life. TJ had some career changes that I won't discuss. My brother had to finish up his degree. I'm finishing up my degree. And it's been super busy, but we're back. We're going to try and keep the episodes this time a little short, you know?
Yeah. And I guess we can give you guys a quick update. Me and Gurman, we actually, 2 months ago, we saw Diljit live in New York City.
Yes, Madison Square Garden, second night.
And that show was crazy.
It was crazy. What happened after the show was even more crazy.
Yeah, the Knicks had just beat the Cavs in, I think, Game 4, Game 5 to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. So New York outside was mayhem.
Gotham City.
It was Gotham City. Once the New York won, during the Diljit's performance, you can hear everyone yell, "Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks!" And then after the show, it was mayhem on the streets. It was like New York Knicks fans, ex-Diljit fans, with like Diljit's Morning playing in the background, with like people screaming about the Knicks. It was crazy. So yeah, I think Diljit's still wrapping up that Aura tour, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to Europe now. He's doing the O2. Not the O2, Wembley Stadium.
Wembley, yeah. Wembley's coming
upgraded.
up. Right? Wembley on September 3rd?
I believe so. It's sold out, 90,000 people.
Unfortunately, me and Gurman could not make that event.
But I think we should talk about how iconic that is. A Punjabi artist, Punjabi singer who sings in Punjabi is just sold out Wembley Stadium. The same stadium that we see like, you know, Michael Jackson, you know, Taylor Swift, those type of people performing.
And the thing about Wembley can go up to like a little bit over 80,000 people capacity.
Easy. 90,000.
Bro.
Nobody just taken sold. It's sold out.
I got a hot take, though. Hot take. In my personal opinion, I know Wembley's huge. I think MSG is an even crazier place to sell out. Like,
yeah, 2 nights in a row too.
Yeah, like that's a legendary arena, right? Like Billy Joel's performed there 1,000 times, right? Taylor Swift many a times. Few artists can really sell out that place. I think he's the first South Asian artist to ever sell.
I believe so.
I mean, first South Asian artist probably to ever
perform. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then not just one night, 2 nights.
2 nights back to back. And that's crazy. Wembley's crazy. Like, besides Wembley, I don't know where else he can really top. Like, what, the Coliseum in Italy? Like, what did you...
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I think once you hit MSG and once you hit Wembley, like, that's like, you're at pinnacle.
No, like, I think if we're talking like GOAT debates, I don't know if there's any argument for any other artist.
Yeah.
BC Place, Rogers Center, MSG, Chase Center,
and
Crypto Arena.
We can talk about his India numbers. Like, the Delhi Stadium could fit like 100,000 people.
No, I don't think it fit that much.
Like 80, 90. What's
so.
that cricket field?
The GLN Stadium.
I thought he did the Modi Stadium.
No, he didn't do the Modi Stadium.
He can easily do Modi.
He could probably do it.
Besides India, like outside doing London, doing Wembley, like that stuff's insane, man. Like, I don't think any artist could really top that right now. Like maybe Aujla in the future. But like,
speaking of Aujla, though, we also went to the Aujla show in Vancouver.
Yeah, we watched
Day one,
opposite of the.
What were your thoughts of that?
So, personally, I'd rather, like, performer-wise, if we're comparing the two, Diljit's a better performer.
Yeah.
Aujla's a more lit show because, you know, he has, like, more, like, you know, it's all, I think Diljit's more family-friendly in that aspect. Yeah. Where, like, Aujla show, people are getting lit, crunk, right? Like, probably smoking, getting high, right? And Aujla's just playing bangers, but I didn't really like the Aujla show compared to the Diljit show, if I'm being honest.
I think Diljit's like performance is more raw.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, it seems like Aujla was using a lot of like, not to like hate on Aujla or anything. I love Aujla. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. But you could tell that like he had some vocal effects. There was some lip syncing going on. There was some auto-tune cracked on, you know?
And let's put some context to this. We're comparing this to him to the GOAT right now.
Diljit. Yeah.
Like, I think Diljit is like far and beyond right now, and then Aujla's second, and like.
I don't think there's a third.
I don't really think there's a third, to be honest.
Yeah, because even like, I don't know if you know, but Emmy Verk announced his North America tour.
Yeah.
And originally he was supposed to perform in the PNE Arena in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Scotiabank Arena in Toronto.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to perform Oakland Arena in the Bay.
Yeah.
And then another arena in New York. No kidding. All those shows have been canceled and rebooked into smaller venues.
Yeah, no one's doing it like those two.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think Aujla will eventually get to a point where he could do MSG. He could do the O2. I think has he done the O2?
He's on the O2.
Yeah.
He's doing the O2 right now. I think it got announced a couple of days ago. He's doing the O2.
Maybe in the future, Wembley, right?
But do you think Aujla could do BC Place though?
I think Aujla could do BC Place.
Yeah, I think if you could sell 2 nights at Rogers Arena, I think you could do BC Place.
Do you think someone could do ever like SoFi?
Diljit.
You could do SoFi money?
Yeah.
I think, given his track record, SoFi seems to just be one more, check mark on the box.
If he does if he was to do another tour and he's doing California and he just does SoFi, it'll sell out.
I think we were talking about this when we were in New York. I think me and German were saying that Diljit could easily do MetLife.
MetLife easy, Yankee Stadium easy. Like all those stadiums, I think could do easy.
Yeah, but I think artist wise, like I think Aujla's got it locked. And bear in mind, Jay, I bet you these guys could easily sell out Rogers Arena with Surrey being closed, right? Or artists doing Toronto, right? Like what? Bubblemon was a lit. But you think Bubblemon can do LA?
No, I don't think Bubblemon barely did Rogers Arena, but it was lit though. I had an amazing time.
Like what other artists out there? Like AP, do you think he could do crypto?
No, I think the AP hype died, man. AP when he first started, he did Rogers, he did Saddle Dome, he did Scotia.
But those are like I would say DC-centric areas.
I'm saying that, but after that, he hasn't done a North America tour. I don't think now if AP announced a Canada tour, I don't think he could sell out Rogers anymore.
So, Gerben, would you argue that maybe AP's lost his momentum, and do you predict a fall off potentially?
Some would say the fall off has already happened.
The fall off has happened.
It has happened. Okay. You think there's no coming back though?
No, because just be honest. I think there could be a comeback. I'm not knocking on the guy, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, as a fan's perspective, when was the last time you listened to an AP song?
That's true.
When was the last time you even knew EP dropped a song?
I mean, honestly, we've been on that GG grind.
And speaking of GG, he dropped a banger.
Yes, sir.
The song with Jazzy B.
Oh yeah, Heavyweight. And it's crazy. He just was in Dubai recently, and he walked out with. I may be mistaken if it was Dubai or not, but he walked out with
I think it was
Saudi with the Turkish guy. What's his name? I forget his name, but he's doing the big boxing brand, and he walked out with one of the big boxers with that brand.
Yeah,
singing the song Heavyweight, which is sick. And when artists start doing stuff like this, like Gill popping out, doing a song with Nav and doing the GQ India video, right?
Yeah.
And Aujla doing all these shows, and Diljit doing not just shows, but these big movies too, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what is going to transcend the game. Like, people are going to keep trying to one up, and hopefully artists will step up who can, have that longevity, can make those hits and do those concerts, do those movies, do those events. Like who do you think, we always talk about who's next. Like, who do you think is honestly up next? Like, if you could put a third there.
Like, you're saying Diljit Aujla?
Yeah.
I think Arjun's could get up there.
Oh, that guy's a beast.
And then after Arjun, I think Cheema Y.
That was my third pick. That was the name I had floating in my head.
You know what? I have this weird idea of Cheema Y is I think he has that he's for the Monday,
he's for the Monday.
He's for the boys. Like, he has that almost like Sidhu in him, where like people rap him hard, like gangsters love him, right? Like,
I will say this: the two I'm betting on are the Gill brothers. I'm betting on them. I really want to see them do well.
The Gill brothers,
they are doing well.
You know what? How young they are, they got a lot of time in the game.
They have a lot of time, but from what they're doing right now, I have a lot of hope for them. Genuinely,
and they have a lot of experience,
And they got their,
Yeah, I mean, when your dad's one of the greatest Punjabi artists of all time, right? One of the greatest actors of all time. You're around that environment, you're gonna, it's gonna rub off on you, right?
Yeah. So let's switch up the topic here. We can talk about our guy Navaan Sandhu, who I think is also up next,
Yeah, he's
and his
decent.
project and
Bipolar.
And I thought that was a really amazing project. But there's his counterpart, his rival, people would say,
Prem.
Dhillon, dropped his Majestic album.
Yeah.
And I think the couch is kind of divided here on which album's better.
Well, TJ, since you brought it up, why don't you just go off rip here?
Man, I'm gonna say, like, I really like both projects, but I think the project that had more replay value to me, in my opinion, was Bipolar.
Bipolar.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Bipolar grew on me at first. I wasn't a huge fan of it. But She Ain't Easy, City Dreams. I kind of like those like lo-fi, like those type of tracks, you know, more than like the shimmy.
Yeah, shimmy, oh, shimmy, yeah.
And then Bodyguard was also really good.
Yeah.
I think it was the second to last song on the album with Barma, the female vocalist. I think that was a killer track.
Hood ambience, man. You're not.
I've been banging Hood ambience recently. Hood ambience on the city, yeah. It's a banger. But I did enjoy Brahm's album just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more.
See, couch is divided. Money.
So for just judging both albums by the metric, like obviously Majestic fit a specific genre. Like you could tell that it is very much trap and drill inspired, and the production on both albums, mind you, phenomenal production on both albums. Some of the best that we've seen in this decade. But these guys know me, my music taste. I like experimental music. I like it when artists kind of try something new, go out of their niche, and I have to give it to Bipolar just for being brave and just experimenting with different sounds. Majestic, mind you, phenomenal album. It fits the genre well. The lyricism's there. The energy and I would say the atmosphere of Majestic is consistent, which is a standard you want to see in any album of any like artist, right? Consistency, a continuity in that album. But because Bipolar is so out there, so brave, and it's fun. It's such a fun album that you could just keep listening to over and over again. I have to give it to Bipolar for that.
Do you like Bipolar or Navaan Sandhu's previous album?
What was his previous album?
I forget the title of it, but it had like the Lil House.
See, I kind of
Sajda with Sukha, Regret with Grinder Gill.
I'm gonna say it's still Bipolar.
Racks on Racks, Sprint, Culture Clicks.
It may be like a recency
Level
bias.
Graph. Those songs.
It might be a recency bias, but I just like.
Because that's when I was comparing the albums, I was comparing it to his last project. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed House Navier a lot more than Bipolar.
Yeah.
And is it mostly because of, again, like it's just more of it has a continuity, it's more of a specific genre album rather than it being experimental, or?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just like, I don't know, it's just the features on the last album like hit. Like Sajda had Sukha, Regret had Grinder Gill. Like it was still like a versatile album. Navaan's a very versatile artist. I'd say Navaan's more versatile than Brahim is, right?
Yeah.
Brahim has his one alley and he's really good at it, right?
Yeah, his one lane.
And but I think I enjoyed the last album a lot more than Bipolar.
I think also, shout out my boy Navaan Sandhu. I like his music, but he got bodied in that music video by.
Oh yeah, and put the Jamdalo.
Bodied, but he's killing it with the effects. With that black mask he's rocking. It looks like Dead Mouse almost, but like, but yeah, Brem, you gotta not Brem, Navaan Sandhu, you gotta really shoot back at Brem.
Look at TJ instigating.
I'm saying, like.
I mean, to be fair though, Brahim's album was a majority diss album.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And the fact that they both came out pretty, like.
Yeah, like close to each other.
It's kind of, you can see that there is a rivalry. I don't know if it's more Brem sparking it more than it is Navaan, but like, I'd say both projects recently have been really good. I think it's been a really good year for music so far. This summer's been amazing. I think everyone has been on this weird album kick.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Sandhu dropped his album too,
yeah,
right?
God's Favorite. Love the album. I think it's an amazing album. A Refugee, Public Holiday, all those songs slap.
Do you think it's kind of weird that everyone's dropping albums though right now? Like, is it like, has there been like a a turn almost. I think a lot of Punjabi singers used to release like singles and EPs, right? Like now people are more focusing on projects and albums and actually taking their time, I think.
Yeah, I think what happened was, in my from what I view as the industry, the 2010s was the rise of the Punjabi film industry, and we had a lot of Punjabi singers transition into movies. And for example, we had Diljit, top of the game, went into movies. We had Gippy, top of his game, went into movies. Gill, top of his game, went to movies. So all the big Punjabi music stars at the time were doing movies. Mm-hmm. And then I think their focus shifted because, of course, if you're doing movies, you don't have time to do albums, projects. Those take time, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was they started dropping singles. Like I think Diljit from Back to Basics, his next album that came out was Confidential in 2018. So from 2012 to 2018, he didn't drop an album.
That's a huge gap.
It's a huge gap.
Yeah.
Right? And then in that gap, all he was doing was dropping 1 or 2 singles per year, and everything else was his movies. So I think during that time period, it was very movie focused. The whole industry was. Then I think what happened was, shout out Sidhu, right? Sidhu, Karan, AP, they came with that wave. And then COVID happened.
I also think, before you go on about this, I think a big factor also with the music thing is streaming. Streaming was huge. I think people had more access to streaming music.
I don't think streaming was that big of a deal, let's be honest, because talking about streaming, as we're not pretending when Yar Mule came out and all those songs came out, people weren't illegal downloading off of
Yeah, but I think that's a little too early. I think that's a little too, I'm talking about 2020s era.
Yeah, but I'm saying the music was so popular though. If you go on the views of Patiala Peg, Panch Tara, all those songs, the YouTube views back then are more than the YouTube views now, right? People still had access to songs though. I'm not
yeah, no, music was still accessible, especially again, talking about, we do not condone piracy on the GT Road Radio, but ripping songs
But let's be honest,
iTunes was still a thing. The iTunes store was still.
You know what? I'd say this. Our opening Monday, Bande here, love SoundCloud.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying even today, I was gonna come up to that point. Even today, with all these streaming platforms available for $10 a month, how many Desi Bande or people from Punjab actually pay for streaming services?
Yeah, and I feel you're right. And I actually want to know what the actual numbers are for artist streams.
Yeah,
because if we really did an actual, if everyone listened to music properly through Spotify and Apple Music, or even a proper SoundCloud subscription, right? And you could go on the artist and you support the artist, we can actually see who is actually the most streamed artist. Because I feel like a lot of people listen to mixes, or they listen to people who are posting them off of their own pages, right? Copying the music, posting it on SoundCloud, posting it on YouTube, right? So, I don't know. I think, sorry for cutting you off earlier.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. But I think you should continue on with your point with the eras.
Yeah, but I think then when the 2020s happened, COVID happened, right? And then, for example, Diljit, right? COVID happened. He said he had nothing else to do, so he made the Go album.
Are you saying right now this universe is really revolving around Diljit?
No, I'm just saying it's the waves that happened. I think once GOAT dropped it, then came a wave of albums. Because what happened was singles were really popular. Singles were doing well. Albums were not doing well numbers-wise. So people started doing singles. Albums started doing well numbers-wise. People started doing albums. And then Sidhu dropped an EP. And what happened after he dropped an EP? Everyone started dropping EPs. So I think it's a wave that happens.
Again, I'm not as tapped in to the Punjabi scene as Gurman is. Gurman's knowledge in this it's a huge depth of knowledge. But for me, from my personal observation, is that we start to see, we bring up Sidhu, we bring up Karan because they had a rivalry, right? And that rivalry and any sort of, controversy or any sort of excitement in the scene, it brings attention to the scene, right? And so we saw fluctuation in that. Then we have what we were just talking about right now, 2 artists going head to head with albums. It creates excitement, it creates eyes. So in my personal perspective, I think now that because the Punjabi music scene is so populated now, there's a lot of competition. There is a desire to see, we mentioned, if we're gonna say it, Diljit's undisputed. That no one's taking his title off him. Garden's the close second, but everyone's fighting for that third spot on the podium. So there's a hunger now in the Punjabi music scene, and you see artists experimenting and trying new things and trying different avenues, different styles. You can see that this surge of music and this surge of different music within our Punjabi music culture. You can really tell it's driven by the competition amongst these artists.
Do you also think it's not the labels that these artists are now signed to, like Warner or Universal, right? And also like Western culture, right? Like Western culture is huge on albums, right? Like album rollouts are huge. Look at Iceman, right? Look at how big that was, right? Like these like rollouts on albums and making sure like people have projects, right? Like proper projects, that probably has to play a factor, right? Warner's probably looking at how big music gets with an album rollout, with a proper album, right? Is that not a factor you don't think?
I don't think really, because I don't think many artists, like Punjabi artists, are really signed to a label. Like I know Navaan has like a distribution deal with Universal, and I think Jordan signed with Warner India, but I don't know how much a role these labels really actually play though. It's because a lot of Punjabi artists are like independent artists, like Shub's independent, right? A lot of the Diljit stuff, I know he's like has a partnership with Warner, but a lot of his stuff also comes independently, like the Call of Punjab.
Yeah.
There was no label behind that.
Yeah.
It was just a Diljit Dosanjh project, right? And I don't know. I don't think the labels play that big of a difference, to be honest. Like, because even before like all these Warners and whatnot, it's not like Punjab didn't have T series.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I also believe like the Warner is a huge label, right? They probably are getting input from Western culture, like, hey, your artist should put out projects, right? You don't think that's a Western culture?
I don't think it's a Western culture, because we're acting like albums didn't exist before. Like I know we had like the industry had a small period of time where it was just singles, but let's just not act like Babuman, like Sondi Chudi, you know, like
Shinda had a trilogy of albums. He had a trilogy.
Was Sondi Chudi like
like Rambo, Romeo?
I'm talking about like how more serious these projects are. Like Romeo, these guys, those albums are classics, right? No debating that. But like Navaan Sandhu having a theme on his album, right? Prem Dhillon like even Karan Aujla's Ask the album with BTFU. That's a theme, a Punjabi folk music theme, right?
Yeah.
His project recently with P-pop, right?
Yeah.
These are themes, right? Like this obviously stems from.
But
Western
don't you
culture.
think like you think it stems from Western culture? But don't you think these themes were existent? Like,
We've had these
before?
themes. We've had these themes for a while.
Like back to basics. What was that? Was the themed album.
That was the theme, right? Like, but would you say like, let's say, what's that album with Gulabi Pug with Diljit?
Roar. That's a themed album. It was literally an album just the Bhangra songs.
Jazzy B's album with Yudhvir Manik, right? That had a specific theme, right? If we want to go back, like Gurdas Man's albums have themes, like Bult Pansha is about like, you know, hardworking, that folk like life.
No, that's folk music, I would say.
But that's still a theme, TJ.
Right.
That's still a theme. You're still when you're using those lyricism, like that, those lyrics and those words, and you're invoking that atmosphere, and you're using those instrumentals. That is thematic. That is still very much thematic.
Right.
Yeah, because like let's not ignore like Jazzy B albums had a theme. They had like skits, intros, outros. Like
He has some legendary skits and intros.
I'm not saying like all albums were like not all albums were like a Jazzy B album, right? Though like
yeah, but not all Western albums are like themed albums. There's so many albums that
there are concept EPs, B-sides. There's a lot, especially again when we look at like comparing Punjabi music to Western music. Most of the time when we make the comparison, we draw the comparison to like R&B and hip hop, right? But there's so many other genres outside of that. And when again, the reason I like Bipolar is that we look more into kind of like those lo-fi, those chill beats, kind of like again like. The metrics, we're taking one culture from one specific part of the world and trying to like synthesize or compare it to another culture with different metrics and different, you know, values and whatnot. But to say this, Punjabi music has always had a continuity.
Yeah.
Almost like every era of Punjabi music that we discuss, there's continuity, there's thematic elements, and there's issues that artists will bring forth to light. And especially have a movie tie-in or whatever, right?
I got a question for you, Money. Like, where would you want to see Punjabi music? Like, where would you want to see it go? For example, like how you were saying, it tapped into a new market with lo-fi music, right? Where would you want to see Punjabi music go? Like, would you like to see an EDM Punjabi song or house music? House music is huge. I know SoundCloud DJs do it all the time, but a proper like DJ being like taken up and on a stage and.
Well, it's very much like what I would like, but also like what the Punjabi market wants, right? Because there is people in the Punjabi market that are clamoring for a return to form, a return to basics. I would love to see more albums in line of a back to basics. More albums in line with the BTFU, because that's where our roots are. Punjabi folk music. Like, I want to hear Tumbi, I want to hear Sarangi, right?
No, you're right. I agree.
But also, I also think that where Punjabi music is heading, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like again, talking about Bipolar, that progression's happening. But in terms of like other genres, like of course, I would love to hear like a hyper pop, noise pop Punjabi album, but the Gill brothers kind of touched upon that as well in some of their projects. And obviously I listen to a lot of like rock music or like music with instruments. Like I think a Punjabi post-hardcore album would go crazy. Like, but
even like the Arjun Dillon album Enigma, like with has like those insane riffs, that rock like almost vibe to it. I think that is also sick. Like, as much as I also would say I want it back with the Dumbis and the folk music. I'm not gonna say like I don't mind though also the Western side of it too, like right.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying like I like the diversity that we have now, and I would love to see it go into just artists seeing that okay, we have this diversity. Let's keep rolling with this, because the more diverse Punjabi music gets, the more audience it draws in.
Well, my thing is like when I see Punjabi music go global, I don't want to go global with Western sounds. I think we need to go global with our own sounds.
Right. No. Yeah. 100% agree. Like. Like Spanish music kind of has it kind of dialed down with their Spanish music, like Mexican music and Spanish music, like with Bad Bunny and all this stuff. That's a global thing now. Like I would love to see our beats, our instruments, right, on a grander stage, right? Yeah. And I think hopefully like Diljit did it recently with his Morning on Jimmy Fallon. That's huge.
And it became like huge after like it's trending all over the world, like places like Brazil. It's like reaching into regions like Brazil and whatnot.
You got Punjabi artists doing festivals, like part of large like scale festivals.
Yeah, like Raf Sapira at the Stampede.
Yeah,
on the main stage.
Yeah, and that I hope that keeps progressing. Like as much as like AP just did with Coachella like a couple of years back after Diljit did it, we need another artist up there. We need not just one. I would like to see like multiple artists on the same weekend working, right? Like in a global sense, right? And Diljit's gonna keep doing it. Karan Aujla, hopefully he's gonna reach that level. I think he will. I think Sukha might reach that level. Recent Instagram post at Nocta Manor with Drake. Like hopefully that could happen, right? But I think also that comes with maybe a collaboration with a Western singer, right? Like.
But if anything, because I kind of feel I know where you're going with this. I feel like as a community, we need to keep platforming our artists. Like I would like to see, like we had Rap at the Stampede, our AP at Coachella, but we should have our own festivals and events on that scale.
Malta,
breaking borders.
But like we need to keep like having that, because like you have Rolling Loud, Lollapalooza, Coachella. You have multiple of these events in a year. We need to start putting these events out.
I think it's starting though, because there's one happening in Cali called Cali de Medla. Yep. Nav's performing there, and there's one happening in Toronto too.
But you know what the thing is, like, I know what you guys are trying to say with like we gotta do it ourselves, but in a global sense, right? Like look at the World Cup, right? They had BTS at the halftime show with Shakira, with Justin Bieber, right? These collaboratory with other cultures need to happen, right?
Yeah, those collaboratories make sense though, but it's not like BTS got big by collabing with like Bruno Mars or something like that.
No, right? BTS was
BTS
already
got big. It's not like Bad Bunny got big by Bad Bunny was big before he collabed with Drake, right? I think more before we start collabing with global artists, I think it's really important for our industry to collab with our own industry. Like imagine how sick it would be Diljit X Aujla, or Aujla X Arjun, or Cheema Y X Arjun, something like that.
That also I think stems from our culture, right? Like the stubbornness sometimes could be like, hey, I want to make it big myself. But I think nowadays artists are doing it together. Like think Sukha's done a lot of features, right? Navaan Sandhu is doing features. Gina and Cheema features, right, on songs, and I hope more artists get to.
Yeah, but we haven't seen like one like A-level artist collabing with A-level artists.
You know what we need to see is a Watch the Throne Punjabi version. Like we need to see like
That'd be
Aujla
sick.
and Diljit collab on
That was supposed to happen.
on what?
So apparently, I don't know. I've heard from like some places that Diljit X Aujla album was supposedly happening.
Both artists singing.
Damn. You know when Diljit did BC Place for the first time?
Yeah.
Apparently, during that time frame, Aujla and like Diljit, they linked up at a studio in Vancouver. I think Inky was supposed to produce the album. They have songs together apparently in the storage. Like Diljit and Aujla have songs in the vault together, but I think they had some sort of fallout, and I guess we never saw that project.
You know who was actually kind of doing it big feature wise? Is a legend is Jazzy B.
Yeah, Jazzy B is doing a lot of features recently.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he hits on features. I think.
Yeah, even with Arjun, you know that one was really good.
Arjun,
Gurinder Gill, Chani Nathan,
and what's the other one he did? Oh, AP a while ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Like those
315.
Yeah, those collabs need to happen. But I want to ask both of you this question: like, what two artists would you like to see on a collab album?
A collab album?
Yeah.
I think mine's quite literally Diljit X Aujla.
Well, that's obviously, but like let's take that one off. Let's give me a unique one.
I want to see Aujla and Arjun on an album together too.
That'd be a banger too. You're just naming 1, 2, and 3 though.
It's tough, man. Well, who do you want to see?
Ooh, I would like to see. A crazy one is like Cheema YX Sukha.
That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy. But like I'm talking like those like weird collabs, like maybe it would be a hit.
Who would write Sukha's lyrics?
Cheema.
It's not bad.
Like a Navaan Sandhu X Sukha album, you don't think that would do numbers?
I think it would be the same as a Tegi Panu X Sukha album.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe I just have Sukha rated really high.
I think you have Sukha really high.
This might be recency bias, but for me, after hearing that feature, I think Gigi and Nav doing a full project togetger would be kind of
Boy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. But I also think like for our music to go global, I don't think we need.
He's up and up on the.
No, I'm talking about like in general. Like I know Nav is up.
We need to get it out of the mud on our own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think when you start collabing, like the rap scene they got big on their own. Like they collab with their own artists. That's how they got big, right? Like we need to collab with our own artists first before we seek international artists, because it has to be. We can't do international artist collabs and it doesn't feel natural.
You brought up BTS, right? Like K-pop has been like such like it got popular in Korea and then it reached out. And the thing is, they didn't really do collabs. It just through the nature of the music itself and the culture itself, it appealed to global audiences. Where now you can see like BTS, Cat's Eye, LE SSERAFIM go on tour, and like you see the crowd is super diverse and they can go global tours, right? Again, I very much agree with the government sentiment, and this is kind of sentiment I share of like, if we're gonna do it, we gotta get out the mud on our own first before we start doing these.
Well, what's holding it back? Like BTS was big in Korea, and then that's why it exploded, right? Like Korean people brought it to the Western area. Like we have a lot of up in here. We have a lot of people in Surrey and Brampton and California and New Jersey, right? That listen to Punjabi music all the time, right? Like we have people here listening to our music. Like what do you think is holding it back?
I think it's just time, man. I think you need to take time to let things just grow. Like we've come a long way still, right? Like being on Jimmy Fallon's huge, going to Met Gala is huge. Like those type of things. Like I think by time we'll get there.
Oh yeah, it's a time thing, but also I would say optics. Like I would say right now with like the rise of South Asian hate and like how South Asians are framed, there is like hesitancy there. But I think at the end of the day, because being Punjabi, being South Asians, like we persevere through almost everything. And I think it's just it's just timing, right? We're gonna get there. And I would definitely say in our lifetime with some confidence, we're gonna get there. I mean, Diljit's already collabed with like large Western
like to see us like Ranja is still huge.
Oh, Ranja, I'm not saying that's
even the song Dealer was given to Diplo before.
Yeah.
we got Ed Sheeran out here, like, you know, like on stage.
Like we had those, like the Ed Sheeran and like the Aujla song that came out.
Yeah, but Arjun needs
Symmetry. It was a good song, but it didn't do numbers though. You never know.
Yeah. I think maybe maybe we need like a Drake. I think we might need a Drake.
A Drake collab?
A Drake collab.
But I don't see how, like...
How's that gonna, like, in the long term, how's one collab gonna do anything for our industry when we need to make the foundation ourselves?
I think we have the foundation. I don't, like... I think you guys are rejecting a collaboration.
I'm not rejecting it. I'm just
no,
saying,
I'm not rejecting it. I think it should be natural though. Like it shouldn't be forced.
Yeah, but I'm saying obviously I'm not going to be like.
I'll just say bluntly. I don't think we need an outside grace or like outside handout that we can do it ourselves. Because the way
you're making it sound is like we need someone. We're asking like help from the other. Like,
no, I'm not help. I'm saying like a platform. Jimmy Fallon was a platform.
Yeah, it was a platform, and I think it helped us.
Yeah. So Jimmy Fallon, we don't have a Punjabi like besides fucking what's Kapil Sharma, whatever his name is, right, on Netflix, who has like a show, right? But like, those collaborations aren't bad.
I'm just saying that.
What
that's
do you mean
on
by
us.
do we go in a couple of Sharma shows?
No, like I'm saying like going on Jimmy Fallon was a huge thing, right? And you admitted that, but you said we got to build our own, right? But those collaborations are needed. Like
no, those. I'm not saying they're not needed. As much as I never deny that those are not needed.
But as much as Sia was huge, right? More Sia collabs would be amazing, right? More David Guetta collabs would be amazing, right?
But do you think how many, like, if we were to pull a demographics, how much do you think for Diljit collaborating with Sia? How much, like, if we look at the numbers, I guarantee majority of the listeners are still Punjabi listeners.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But like, if it was a Sia song with a Diljit feature, maybe it would be different. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, and it's not bad that. Like,
yeah, but then what happened with it was Ed Sheeran song with Karan Aujla and it didn't do numbers.
Maybe Ed Sheeran's on him. Maybe Ed Sheeran's on him.
I'm just saying.
Tell me what Ed Sheeran song do you like?
I'm just saying he's a huge artist. You're like you're acting like he doesn't sell a stadium.
Yeah.
Like easy.
I'm just saying, like me personally, like I'm bringing the point up before. I think again, it's just platforming ourselves. Let's get more Punjabi music festivals, Punjabi music branding out there. Let's get more Punjabi artists doing more like again, like we need to get more Punjabi talk shows going. We need to I think it's our community platforming the community first off, like how every other country's done it, and then again, it's just time, right? Like right now, like we brought up like
we need Diljit and Odyssey. we need Diljit in a Christopher Nolan film, right?
No, I don't even think that. I think like again, like we look
Odysseus.
We talk about like BTS, like, and then we have other like K-pop groups coming up that are popular that are doing collabs of video games. Like Seraphim did a collab with Overwatch, right? Like over time, it's just a timing thing. But again, this didn't come from nowhere. They didn't become big because they went out to a Western audience or whatever, or like a different audience and got help there. No, because they platformed themselves and made the appeal themselves. They said, we have a product, we have a culture that is awesome, that is fantastic, that we can share with the world, and the world will benefit from engaging with this culture, right? That is what Punjabi music is. Like, we have such a great culture that we can share. We platform ourselves, people are going to come to us eventually. We don't need to outsource. Like with everything else, they will come to us. They will see the appeal.
Also, don't you think that the Punjabi music industry should embrace its culture more, though? Don't you think the sound has gone too Western at some point?
No, I agree. Like earlier, I said like I like the Tumbi, I like the folk aspect of it, right? But if we want more artists on a global stage, right, we need more like people doing it like how Diljit did it. And you don't, that Diljit model is big, right? Met Gala, Jimmy Fallon, David Guetta, Sia, those things help his popularity. Yeah, right? Punjabi people can promote their own music, but there's also Hindus and Muslims that listen to our music, right? That maybe we can collab with one of their artists, or like getting it bigger and bigger gets more people listening to it, especially people born in Canada now. Like a lot of people, like I feel like a lot of our generation is starting to listen to Punjabi music now, but like if you introduce more art, like more people that not even like just like, hey, look at Karan Aujla. He just did a song with YG Gangsta. Like maybe that's someone's intro into Punjabi music, right? like I'm not saying like we need like the Western audience, but I'm saying like it's not bad to collab to make it global, right?
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's bad to like collab to make it global, but don't you think the industry like got global without collabing though? Like you're like for example, Punjabi MC like Mundian to Bach Ke Rahi, the song went global first and then Jay-Z hopped on it.
It's a banger club song.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it has to happen naturally. We can't. I think things happen naturally. I don't think they'll seek to see a collab. I think it just happened naturally.
And I'm not saying that we need to like go out and force it, right? I'm saying like it'd be nice to have it, right?
And I'll say this: Diljit was somebody before he had to see a collab. Diljit was a household name before he did these collabs.
I'm not saying that none of these artists aren't have these name recognitions in their house, right? But if you wanted to a global stage, if you don't want, Diljit's only going to be in the game for so long, right?
Those moments will come. I think this is just kind of like a difference of opinion. But before we get a little bit too heated, I know we have another segment we wanted to do, which is going to be equally heated. We have a draft, don't we, TJ?
Yeah, we're going to do a draft right now. It's basically a draft of the 2010s, right? We're going to snake draft it.
2010 songs.
2010 songs, right? 2010 songs, 5 picks each. Snake draft, and should we go into it right now?
Yeah, let's go into it.
We might as well.
Let's
do it easily. The snake draft, like
no. Let's ask Siri, okay? I'll be 1, you'll be 2, Money will be 3, and whatever number Siri picks, that person will go first, and we'll go clockwise with it. So I'll ask Siri. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3. Number is.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 3.
So Money gets the first pick, and it'll go Money, Gurm, and me.
Oh, I got a list here, fellas.
I really want to be 1-1 here.
I got a list. I think to start off the draft, I have to take a banger. Jata Makabla Sidhu.
That's a banger. I don't know if that would be my 1-1, but it's a banger. Sidhu Moosewala, Jata Makabla. Some would say maybe the intro or the one of the songs that gets people hyped the most by Sidhu. Would you say?
I think that's a song that just gets anybody hype.
Yeah.
I think it's just you hear that song at a Via, you hear that song at any function, people are running to that floor.
All right. Yeah, I kind of like the pick, but I think you could have got it a little bit later.
So with my first pick, I'm picking a song that's iconic. It was a bit of the start of the 2010s. I think it's this artist's best song of his career.
No, please don't take it.
And I think it's a song that's going to stay forever, like, relevant. My first pick is Yaar Mulle by Cheema.
Fuck.
Banger. Well, I'm crossing that off my potential list.
That was on my list. That was on my list. Dude.
That was on the list too. Good snipe, Griffin. That was a good first pick.
And you know what? When I was doing my list, I thought Yaar Mulle came out before 2010. It came in right 2011.
2011.
Yeah. So that, and you know what? Even on the same project, you put Yaar Mulle twice on it. One regular mix and one Dole mix. That's how tough that song is. You put two of the same songs on your album and you do a Dole mix on it. And I personally would say the Dole mix.
Once you hear you just hits.
It hits the dill. You know, that's a banger.
That's a great pick.
That's a great. It was on my list. It was on my list. Okay, with my pick, this is I can't believe this. I thought you were gonna take this too, Gurman, but I'm gonna do my personal 1-1 in the 2010 draft, and then it's Karaku by Diljit.
Yeah, mine was up there.
I think it's Diljit's one of Diljit's best songs. It's controversial, but it gets the pump going. You know, I feel like we were singing it earlier. I think it's just a banger song, and you think it's rightfully the number one Diljit song of the 2010s? You think?
Personally, no.
Wow.
No, I'm saying it's a great song. It's
top 3.
It's like, you know, it's really relevant. But off the Back to Basics album, I have other songs I like more. But that's just me.
What are your thoughts on the controversy of the song?
It won't make sense why it's controversial.
Yeah. Well, and then on the Snake, I'm gonna do a personal favorite of mine. This might be a reach right now at this early in the draft, but I have to take it. Intro's iconic. right? It's a wedding banger. It's a personal banger. I'm going Notorious Jut.
That was that.
I know that was
mine. That was mine. That was mine. We're crossing off the list. Unfortunately, that's a good snipe.
I wanted to take it 1-1, but I had to put respect for Diljit. But Notorious Jut. If you guys know the intro, the dun 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 dun
Again,
dun.
you hear that, and it's like it's the same as Sidhu's intro. Like you hear that, you're going to the floor.
Yeah.
You have to.
Like you hear it, and you're like the other side of the bar. You hear it on the floor, and you're running. I think I personally have done this before, but like Notorious Jut hits in the car, at the wedding, in the party bus, anywhere, Beats pill, shower, like whatever you want to do. Yeah, I think Notorious Jut is up there on a banger. And
so forgive me if I'm wrong. Who's next in the snake here?
I am.
German.
So, I think Money had a good pick of Sidhu, but I think there's a better pick of Sidhu out there. And I'm taking an absolute anthem. When the DJ plays a song on the floor, everyone's jumping at the song. It's the song that made Sidhu. It's a song that changed our industry for the good, in my opinion.
Is it this one?
It is So High.
Oh, I thought you were singing.
Okay, German.
I like So High.
I'm not gonna have to cross it off my list now.
So High wasn't even in my. It was probably my third Sidhu song on my list, I would say.
That's crazy. So High is probably Sidhu's best song.
All right, that's a pick, German. But for me, I hope you're all ready. I'm taking Truck by Diljit Dosanjh.
Off Back to Basics.
Yes, sir. That also is a classic song. That
my favorite album. B2B is my favorite album of all time. I have yet to pick a song from the album.
What do you think about Truck? It's not better than Karku.
No, it's still a great track though.
Yeah, I like it. I don't really think it's one of my personal favorites off the album, but I like it. I like the pick.
Thank you. So I guess
and that was your
the pick.
I'm snaking it. Ooh. Rimper's Changer, Karan Aujla.
Oh shit, that's a good one too.
Great song.
That's I mean, like again, like when we talk about anthems, like as an early like Garden song, that is like one of his best early tracks. That is iconic. You'll get anybody sing along in the car.
I think there's a more iconic Aujla song.
So based off that pick,
don't take it.
My favorite Karan Aujla song of all time, Don't Look.
That was gonna be my pick. I was praying that it was gonna fall to me.
Papiyan de lena dream baliye, khande uthe tadke ne feem baliye.
We don't do fame. We don't condone drugs. But no, honestly, that's a song that put me on Aujla. Germer actually introed that song to me to Aujla.
I've been on Aujla since day one though. Since Soch.
Don't Look, banger song. It has to be Karan Aujla's top 5 song.
Don't Look is 2020.
Don't Look is 2019 going to YouTube right now.
Oh, the single?
The single, it is confirmed 2019, and I remember that vividly.
Okay, because I was just looking at it real quick. I'm like, I could have sworn it was in December.
Let's just double check, okay?
Not December. Right?
You know what? I hope Don't Look is 2020. I can't cap. I hope.
Both can't take it.
You know what? Well, at least you didn't take it. That's what I hope. This guy can barely spell look.
February
25. Oh, February 25th. I have February 25th on the video here. I didn't realize
Early
on
2019. Early.
I quite vividly remember listening to this song. When it got leaked, it got leaked. It was produced by SB originally.
Okay.
I played the leak version. I think the leak version called Lock Up back then. I played the leak version every day, 20 times a day.
Look at you learning the lore.
Leak version or regular version?
The leak version.
Yeah, Spotify has as December 13, 2020. So that's what I was basing.
We don't condone piracy. And I would say Don't Look 2 does not hit as hard as Don't Look 1.
Yeah.
And a lot of part 2s don't really hit.
All right.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Good snipe, Griffin. Good snipe.
I would say this song, I don't know which one I'm looking at my list. I will take the other Sidhu song that I really like, and it's Dollar Manguni. Banger song. And I would say that song hits harder than So High.
Hey, everyone has their own opinion, right? Are you jumping Uchi on Galant? Or are you like dropping dollar more?
I'm dropping my dollars. I love that emote better. You know,
there's no Makabla than Jata the Makabla.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
And then
I think there's a better song off that album that you didn't pick.
controversial. I think my Out of the Snake. Out of the Snake. I think this is what my fourth pick.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Patiala Peg.
Shit, that was my next pick.
I love that song. And that, you know what? There's probably a theme with my list right here. It's kind of like bangers you would hear in a hall, right? Like, and that's music I really like. I like that pick or no? I need some.
No, I like it.
Feedback.
That was my next pick.
Yeah.
Oh, my third song.
And we're gonna put this draft in a poll, so make sure you vote and make sure you pick the right one. Okay.
Okay. My next pick. Banj Dara take it back at that.
Fuck.
Diljit Dosanjh.
Oh, yo.
I was actually debating Patiala Peg in that song, and you know what? I love that song, and I love that song even better live.
No, it hit live.
It hits live. And man, you could honestly make this whole list with Diljit tracks.
No, you could.
Honestly, could.
You
It's
could put the Back to Basics could just be my top 5.
quite literally. But for me, this is something, you know, I think this is an iconic duo, a duo that's going to be remembered in Punjabi history for decades to come. I'm going Singh Nal Jodi with Shinda and Jazzy B.
Which one?
Singh Nal Jodi.
That's Shinda and Diljit.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, typo. I was writing this in a rush. I actually looked at I was looking at the line of Maharajas, that's Jazzy B and the Monics. So my bad. Singh Nal Jodi, Shinda and Diljit. My apologies. I was looking at the wrong track. My bad. But Singh Nal Jodi's a second pick.
Money, you have
Also,
probably
underrated duo.
you've probably the most unique list, I would say.
What can I say? I'm a man of many tastes.
Is that your fifth?
That's my fourth.
Fourth. And then your last pick here.
My last pick. The pressure's on. Hold up. Honestly, this is. I'm surprised.
I think we can do like 10 picks if we wanted to.
I'm gonna go with someone who I think was a household name in the early 2010s, and someone who really kind of like established herself in this period. I'm taking Hatiyar Gippy.
Oh, that's a good one.
As my final pick.
Underrated album by Gippy there.
I think
Flower? I think that album's called Flower.
No, it's called Desi Rockstar.
Desi Rockstar with the song Flower in it.
Flower, Hatiyar, Dong,
Like that.
Desi Jatt.
Like, it's hard to think early 2010s or like the 2010s in Punjabi music without having Gippy in there, and I think this as my fifth slot to lock in my list. I think he has to be in there, and I'm taking one of his best tracks of all time.
That Gippy album, I'm telling you, was my theme when I was in India back in like 2010 or 2011, whenever it came out. Right when I was in India during that time period. Everyone in the band was bumping that song. I remember it vividly, and I think Money. That's a great pick. It's an underrated song.
I don't think it's underrated. I think for the era that we're discussing, I think it is properly rated.
Yeah,
I think
I meant the album's underrated.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it gets.
I don't think the album's underrated either.
You think it gets enough?
I
love?
think it got a lot of
for
love.
its time period. I think it was a defining album.
Does it still get enough love?
I think people still. I still listen to it on a daily basis.
You do not listen to it on a daily basis.
Flower, yeah. Flower, Hatiyar, Dong, Desi Jatt.
It's a it's an era defining album. It is an era defining album.
Okay. Shout out Manhead.
Money's dying on a hill on that one.
Okay, my next pick. You know, there's one person that we haven't picked on this draft, and it'll be a disgrace if we don't. This guy's production, 2010s, he was top tier of the industry. You know, Yo-Yo Honey Singh. And then, like Money said, a list can't be complete without a Gippy song. So, Angrezi Beat.
Angrezi Beat the banger. Bang! I didn't even have that on my list. Though. You know what? It's such a deep draft. Obviously, you're covering 10 years music there.
There's one person that we left off the list, and I feel bad about. Amrinder Gill.
Honorable mention.
Like Yaar Ki Samjhaye, Mera Divana Pan, Pindu. I'm just saying those names. I'm just saying.
Mirza was a good track.
That's a banger pick. I'm gonna go psycho. I'm gonna go rogue on this one. Yeah. This song is iconic. I think this guy is pretty iconic. probably not in the right way iconic, but Gangland.
You did bring up like Honey Singh as a name. He had a great run in
There's
2010s.
there's some songs I want to mention though, like
Brown Rung, Blue Eyes, like he had a good run in 2010s.
I'm gonna say off Back to Basics. My favorite song of Back to Basics is Chunni.
What are honorable mentions?
So I have a lot.
I have a lot of honorable mentions.
First off, like I was saying, Back to Basics, Chunni and Bodhi Raat are absolute classics. And off PBX1, you took Jat Da Muqabla. I think Bad Fella is the better track.
I like Bad Fella.
Debatable.
And then Angreji Beat, we can't forget Brown Rung and those songs.
Yeah.
And then like I said before, Amrinder Gill, Pindu, Ki Samjhaiye, Yariyan, Jazzy B, Mitran de Boot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Maharaja's album, I think, was also
even the Sherry Maan song. I think Ek Bottle.
Ek Bottle Tere Gate Jatti Ne.
Ten Peg.
Ten Peg.
Yeah.
I think Sherry Maan had a crazy run in the 2010s.
Yeah.
He had some of the best albums. Aat Pe Di Chidi, Yaar Mulle, Meri Bebe.
Babu Man dropped Gypsy in this decade.
Gypsy, Tralla.
Yeah. There's a lot. Like again, we could have done 10 picks.
I think,
and then like a 30-person.
And you know what?
Jind Mahi.
Do you know?
Do you know?
Yeah.
Asweno.
Gunny, Navaan Sandhu.
Yeah.
He had two.
Jita Jaldar, Sad,
Ren.
Heartbeat.
Jessica Yaranu.
You drafted it? Didn't you draft it?
What?
Jessica? No, you drafted.
Was Jessica 2010s?
Jessica was 2010s.
Actually?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it was 2000, early 2000s. Not early, like late 2000s.
It's 2010s.
Chitta Kurta, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There's so many songs.
I think
Again, this decade is stacked. This is a stacked decade for music.
We love doing drafts. I think we could do. I think next episode we'll probably do
2000s.
2000s
will go crazy.
2000s would be a banger.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one too.
Maybe we should just cut it down to half a decade, 5 years. 'Cause these drafts could take us we could run deep on these ones.
You want to do Imposter?
You want to run a game of Imposter?
Finish the episode off, Imposter?
Let's run a game of Imposter, okay?
Yeah.
Do you have the app or?
I have the app.
Yeah.
I have it loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, sound off in the comments, or we're gonna put up a live poll. We're gonna say who has a better. I would say top 5.
It's me, obviously.
It's
but
me.
anyways,
It's me.
While Grumman gets a little up, TJ, why don't you explain the rules of Imposter for those of you who don't know at home?
Imposter. It's a trendy game right now. So basically, there'll be out of us 3, 2 people know the name of this artist. One person will be the imposter, which is they won't know the name. That person, the imposter, is trying to figure it out who it is, and and the other people who have the name are trying to figure out who the imposter is. So this game does get pretty heated. This game does get pretty confusing because if you're the imposter, you can throw out a wild guess and people believe it. So yeah, let's go. And maybe you'll see a GT Road playlist coming soon with maybe a 2010 era playlist coming soon live on your Spotify or Apple Music.
On both.
Yeah.
All the platforms. We'll get there.
Okay. Money, you start. And we'll make sure you guys know who the imposter is in this video.
Timeless.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll say Bug.
Great pick. I'll say Feature. You like that? You like that?
Money, your turn.
I am going to go ahead and say Anthem.
Anthem. Someone's lost.
I'll say Duo.
Okay. All right. I would say Not Canada.
Correct.
Not in Canada.
How many rounds are we doing?
keep going till we. I think someone has a hinge. I think it's.
Ow. I can clear myself. You think it's me?
I want to go with classics.
Even though your first pick was timeless.
Timeless and classics are two different things. A person can be immortalized, but that doesn't mean discovery is there. But I would say this person has.
And this guy said
they have discovery.
I said features, and you said
duo. Okay, yeah. I'll clear myself. Ready?
Yeah.
I'll say Amrinder Gill.
That's a great pick. I'll say fresh lineup on the dotty. And if you know, this guy's always lined up. Money, who do you think it is?
I'm going to say controversial.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
It's Money.
It's Manveer Kang.
I'm the imposter, guys. Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
Dottie, fresh lineup. I don't know. At first my head, you said, duo threw me off. I'm trying, and I'm getting my ball knowledge when it comes to Punjabi music severely limited.
You know this person.
But
you would be hyped if you were not the imposter.
I at first I had names like Diljit come in my mind. I had names like when we brought up lineup, I just started thinking.
Mine, just think of clap.
Sukshan Dushinda. Oh my god! I feel goofy for spoiling out that quickly, but
well, this is our probably our fourth episode, and our
fourth episode shot, third episode coming out.
Second episode, we said that we're back. Hopefully we're back. We cannot promise a proper schedule, but we'll get more episodes out, and this won't be the last time you will see of us.
Worst case scenario, we'll see you all in the next 7 months.
And we promised you another draft, the 2000 draft. Let us know what other drafts you want to see.
And a playlist. A GT Road Radio host special playlist.
Yeah, and maybe one day Apple Music, Spotify will have us actually as.
Hey guys,
hopefully.
You want to be a fun topic? Viewers send in albums to review.
Hey, I'm down.
Yeah, or you know what? Maybe
we need input.
More ideas. What we have in our head is doing album reviews. Let us know if you want to see us do album reviews, right? Like live listens and what other
live listens would be sick.
Yeah. So shout out in the comments. I know all the 5 fans that are watching this podcast.
Hopefully we know who you are. We appreciate you.
This one is for you, Ardilly.
Peace.